Alright, I believe should be live on Facebook. Is it working? Alright, I'm live. Okay, guys. This is actually, I'm just going to do a live video because I have some new toys. So I have this that I want to unbox and test. This is a microphone, maybe a company called Blue. The model is Yeti, so a Blue Yeti. Sounds cool. So I was going to do a live unboxing and testing of this mic and kind of see if it's any good, what it sounds like, and if it's worth the, like, I don't know, 135 Canadian rupees, I think. So I was going to go live on my Facebook, and it wasn't working, so I decided to come live on YouTube instead. And I'm still looking for a way on Linux that I can stream to both YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and possibly additional streaming sites at the same time, like Twitch, whatever, right? So if anybody knows how I can stream to multiple locations at the same time on Linux without using Wine emulation, compatibility layers, or a virtual machine, inbox me or shoot some comments below this video, and we'll see if I can resolve that so I can get my streams back to normal. Otherwise, guys, let's go ahead and let's do a little unboxing of the Blue Yeti, and with any luck, I might be able to actually plug it in and do an audio comparison without cutting this stream, hopefully anyway, and then we can kind of see the difference between the camera audio, which is a Logitech 920, Logitech 920, I think it's a 920 or something like that, 920C or whatever. It's a Logitech anyway, it's the wide one. Really cool, decent camera for the price. For $100, it's a good camera, right? Obviously there's better, but for $100 it's pretty good. And I just wanted some better audio, because one of the problems, if you're listening on a desktop, if you're listening on a headset right now, you can probably hear a fair bit of background noise, and most of that is coming from my computers that are over, like, literally 2 feet from the microphone. So I wanted a microphone that was, one, I could connect USB, because it's a little more reliable, let's say. Otherwise, the other one, like, I used to use my studio mic, or sorry, my stage mic, and it's XLR for, you know, live stage performances, and I have to run that through a mixer, and then my mixer fortunately has USB, so I can run the USB into the computer. But it's like, I started having some problems with, like, a ground loop or whatever. It's starting to, you know, make a little bit of humming, and at times it just cuts out, cuts in all by itself. And it's also been happening to me when I'm live, so something is definitely wrong with my mixer. Not sure. Anyway, enough me complaining about all the things that are wrong. Let's get on with it. Let's do an unboxing here and see what we get. So, step one. Here, I'm going to do this too. So maybe you can't see my whole head, but that's okay. Well, it's still pretty hard to see, isn't it? Okay. You'll just have to take my word for it that I am actually going to unbox this. So let's go ahead and do that here and see what we get. I just don't have a lot of room here. That's as low as my camera can get, because I use a 27-inch monitor. It's pretty tall. And the camera's sitting on top. If I put it anywhere else, it's like I'll have to look over here or something. So I just don't have enough room right now. We'll figure that out at a later date. But anyway, something I didn't like is, where did I get this? I think I bought it through eBay. Excuse me. I think I bought it through eBay. It was just a place I found the best price, but they didn't even, like, wrap it with anything. This just looks so convenient to steal. Why didn't you, like, wrap it, put it in another box, put it, you know, some brown paper around it, so that when the mailman comes to my door, and you know when you don't answer, because he showed up at, like, no, actually it was yesterday. So anyway, yesterday he shows up early in the morning. I'm not up yet. So you have this box that they just leave outside your door. And it just sits there. So the newspaper kid walking by, you know, sees, oh, that looks like it might be worth some money. Scoop, and it goes in his newspaper bag, and then it's gone. They say it's delivered. I never got it, and whatever. So I'm not happy that they didn't at least wrap it in some paper. But it was cheaper. It was significantly cheaper for me to get this on eBay from the seller that I did than it was, again, it's new, but than it was to get any other retail seller significantly. Like, I've seen this mic, and at least in Canadian dollars, I've seen it well above $300, and I paid $135, so it's not too bad. Just destroying this box. Okay, let's get in here. Oh, there's a box inside my box. What do you know? Okay. Which way do you open? This way. That's how it opens. Problem solved. Okay. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Get in the hole. Okay. What do we have here? We have a destructions. Okay, we have destructions. We have a fairly long USB cable. I like this part, so let's take a look at that here quick and kind of see what we're playing with. Yeah, one single cable. I'm going to go ahead and take an estimate. I'm going to call it at least 10 feet, maybe 12. 12 feet is actually the maximum distance for a USB cable without adding additional power or repeaters. So I'm going to go ahead and just call that 12 feet. Maybe it might be 10 feet, might be 12, something like that. So let's put that aside here and see what we have. So it comes in a styrofoam like this. So let's open that very, very carefully. Okay. And it's tightly wedged on there. There we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to do away with the garbage here at the same time. So, it's folded up like this. So it goes like this and like this. I assume these turn to tighten it. Okay, so now this mic has a whole bunch of different settings. Do these go any tighter? Because that's like, it goes so far it falls over. Oh yeah, just crank on those knobs. I guess there's some kind of a metal. Might just be a casted metal, but it's something. Actually, the whole thing is. There's no plastic, guys. There's no plastic. It's all metal, so I'm happy about that. So on the front of the mic, this will be your front. Okay, so we have here a mute button, which is pretty cool, and your volume knob. And then turn around on the back. I guess if you want to call it the back, if you're using, you know, a bidirectional mode or other modes, maybe it's not the back. But anyways, on the back we have a gain control for your gain, and then your patterns. So it has 4 patterns. What do you call them? There's omnidirectional, bidirectional, as a stereo mode, so it actually picks up from the left and right and not from the back, and then regular cardioid, which only picks up from the front, which is basically what I'll end up doing. So okay, let's see, what do we got? Oh, we got some silica beads. Those are always good to eat. Okay. Now, something it did say on the box here, it says, I don't know if you can see, down in the corner, down here, you can't see, never mind. But anyway, it says PC and Mac compatible. On the website, it said Windows and Mac compatible. So, given that, I have no actual idea if this is going to work on my computer, since I don't use Linux or Windows. So where does this plug in? Oh, right on the bottom. Oh, neat, okay. So on the bottom, we have a couple of things. So on the bottom, firstly, we have our power port here, and then here there's actually a jack where you can put headphones directly into the mic. So now I don't know if that is just so you can hear your voice, or if it actually will grab audio from my computer so that I can like have a Skype conversation, but only plug my headphone in here instead of having to run a cable all the way around the computer and back there and all that nonsense. And then of course it has a threaded mounting hole so you can put it on a boom arm or whatever. I guess some styrofoam stuck in it. I have to clean that up. Okay, so anyway, let's get this fingered out. So what I'm going to do is run my cable in like this. Okay, and then I'll just throw the cables down here for now, and I'll figure out some kind of cable management another time. This is USB 2, but will it work on USB 3? We will find out. Otherwise, I gotta get out of my Oh, we got power on. Live. Okay, that'll be live. Flashing will be mute, probably. Volume. So let me see if I can add another... There is a possibility it will not let me... There's a possibility it won't actually pick up. I'm gonna try something. No. Mic audio. Which mic are you... I don't think it changed. It shouldn't have changed. Dum-dee. Properties. Device. Okay. So what do... yeah. Okay. This might work. Okay, guys. I'm about to hit okay. And the sound should change. And actually, it's probably going to start by disappearing because I have the volume off. So bear with me for a second. I'm going to hit okay. And then I'm going to play with the settings until you may or may not be able to hear me again. Okay. Oh, it is working. Oh, the volume is a headset volume. So, guys, did the volume change? Obviously, like, I can't hear myself unless I don't even have headphones plugged in right now. I'd have to go and look for headphones. So, did my audio change? It says it's using the Yeti now. Yeah, we have no gain. So, if I crank the gain... Am I getting louder? Louder, 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 louder? Maybe. Not really. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, that is working. Okay. Let's turn the gain down again. We'll go there. And the other one is pattern. I want it on cardioid because I'm sitting in front of it. So how's that for sound, guys? Let me check my comments over here. XRPE. Oh, I'm actually not talking about cryptos right now, but maybe we'll take a look at some charts thereafter. How's my audio now, guys? If you could, if Javier or whoever's watching right now could shoot me some comments. Doesn't tell me kind of how my audio sounds with this mic. Did it change for the better? What I'm gonna have to do is stop my video and go back and listen to the audio, I suppose. Let me put this back up. Okay, so I assume it works. Headphone volume. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on a second, guys. Hang on a second. Oh, excuse me. Oh, this is a pain. Nope, 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 nope. Not doing that. Hang on. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay. Okay. Got some earbuds instead of digging out my other headphones. And now, volume. Oh, now I can hear myself through. That is really cool. Actually, that doesn't sound too bad, does it? Now, does it play audio coming through other streams from my computer or not? I doubt it because usually programs don't output to two different devices. But I was just wondering if there's a possibility that this device might grab audio or, you know, or from desktop audio or something and then output it. So I'm just going to test this theory here for a second. And you guys may not be able to hear the desktop audio because I have it muted so you guys can't hear it. But how about I just test it and take my word for it. Okay. We'll click something. And the answer is negative. So the audio port on the bottom does not grab audio from your computer or from your desktop or from your calling sources. So what this is for, this is simply just as a monitor. So, excuse me. Just as a monitor so you can hear yourself and hear what you sound like. So, and it's good real time, great audio. I like it. I get the volume cranked. Like I was saying, the mute button definitely works. So yeah, I'm pretty pretty satisfied with that. So I guess since we're here, we can take a look at a Bitcoin chart and see what's going on. Just quick though. You'll have to give me a second while I get myself all conjigured here. Okay, now in all fairness, I did change my chart a little bit. So, okay. Alright. Sorry guys. OBS is not convenient for switching scenes when I need my mic to also work. Or sorry, my camera to also work. I need this one, and then I need this one, and bam! Okay guys, alright. So, here I'm just going to take a look at a BTC chart here real quick. Not that the title of my video has anything to do with the charts, but let's go ahead and take a little look here anyway. Well, that's kind of neat. As I get closer, the bass tones really come out when I get nice and close. So I'm sure I have to watch my volume when I do that. Alright, so here's a chart. Now, in all fairness, if I... No, that's not going to work. Okay, so in all fairness, yesterday, what I had drawn, what I was looking... Was it yesterday or the day before? What I was looking for was something like this yesterday, okay? And I said that 85 was probably going to be where I'm looking for a short. Now, unfortunately, I was sleeping during some of this, although I was awake last night when it did hit 85, and I didn't actually short because it didn't follow my pattern, because this is what I had, and I was expecting quite a bit more of a dip here. I didn't really expect this flag to keep going. Just based on the amount of resistance that we had seen in there. So, I modified my chart because we did keep going. This is actually a very, very nice extended third wave, as far as I think, okay? So now what I would be looking for is the retrace from 85 and then possibly go. Like, it's really hard to say where, but what we have here is our previous, like, hard resistance was around 10K, so, like, it's within the realm of possibility. I'm just, like, extremely scared about it. You know, like, I just don't really... I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get there or not. I don't want to make that call. Because right now, we're in here... Again, I'm on a 4-hour chart. So, just to get from 3 to 4, we're talking a few days, right? So, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But I'm kind of... I didn't go long on these moves. I mean, I missed this original pump. And like I say, I honestly believed that from here, from this resistance... I honestly believe we should have taken some kind of retrace, okay? Now, because we didn't yet, and I did say 85 was the next likely stop, where I figured that would be the end of the fifth wave. It happens to only be in the third wave right now. Because I really, like, I can't count this as 2 or 3 and up here is 5. Although if you really start looking at this and using, you know, a little bit of basic Elliott wave... we have, so our 2-3 wave, so our third wave is, should have a 5-wave pattern within it, right? And you see that it does. So now what I'm looking for out of this is an ABC correction, which we're, you know, kind of already starting, right? Something like that. And then continue for a 5th wave, which would be, again, it'll have a smaller 5-wave pattern within it. Should, not will, but should have 5 waves within it, just like in here, and should get some kind of upward action. Now, I'm not saying we're going to 10K. I'm not convinced. I'm not very good at predicting where wave 5 should end up. And especially, we did have a very solid wave here in 2-3. So I would absolutely not expect the 5th wave to be longer than the 3rd wave, considering that we did extend quite a long distance on our 3rd wave already. So going for a 5th wave, it could end up being a short 5th wave, could be a failed 5th wave, like if like we end up here is still a 5-wave pattern, but it would be a failed 5th wave, and that would be my short. That would be a solid indication of a short. So so right now, since I've basically missed everything, let me get rid of this. So on a 4-hour chart, kind of hard to say. I wouldn't enter right now at all, I don't think. Not that one. Oh, there we go. We're going to zoom in more. So we're only on a red 3. Let's zoom out of the daily because I usually start on a daily. So looking at a daily chart. What? Okay, so we made it to a 9. Interesting. Okay, guys. So something that I do see right away. Okay, and I'm gonna zoom in. So let's I can't just hide everything. I want to leave my chart as much as I can. What if I do this? I'm gonna go to duplicate. And we are going to, you know what, here, I got an idea. I'm just going to use a different exchange for this purpose. It should come up to the same info. So BTC USD, if you're looking at which exchanges, so you put BTC USD and then you have a whole bunch of different options. So I always chart Bitfinex because it has, you know, the highest volume of USD value. Okay, Binance does have the highest volume of USD Tether, but I chart in the USD markets. Now, Coinbase / GDAX, same thing, is also a great one to chart on because they do have, you know, they do have some decent volume, and I believe they will probably start growing quite a bit now that they're, you know, they have the institutional custodial accounts and things like that. So I'm going to use the Coinbase chart. That way there, most of my patterns, my lines and everything, they go away so that you guys can actually see my chart. So I was wondering why my 9 turned red. It shouldn't turn red on a 9. Well, maybe the 9s do turn red on this indicator. Okay, interesting. Moving over. Okay, so on TD sequential, so basically TD sequential or Tom DeMark sequential indicator. Okay, free lesson. So on Tom DeMark sequential indicator, it is his theory, Tom DeMark's theory anyway, that when the market is making a move, it should only make a move like 9 positive moves or 9 moves to the negative, and by then you should have an extremely strong indication of a correction incoming. So there's along with back over here, let me go back to a 4-hour. That way we can look at the 4-hour and the hourly kind of at the same time. So that kind of coincides like with actually getting this additional pump, which brought us to our green 9 on the daily chart, right? And that we should get a correction in here. Okay, so if that's the end of the third wave, we should have an ABC correction coming in here to bring us at least down to the 4. Actually, maybe even a lot. Well, we should probably retrace. If this is the entire move, guys, we should end up retesting somewhere around 73. That's a long move. I don't think it'll get that far. We'll probably end up with like a 382 retrace. I don't think we'll get a 0.5 retrace on this one. If we're still bullish, we probably won't get down to 0.5. Because 0.5, well, maybe 0.5 at the lowest. So the reason I'm looking at this, 0.5 brings us in here, which is, you know, like this whole bottom area would be a support area. But at the 382, that's the top area. So this flag or this sideways action is right between 382 and 0.5. So anywhere between here and here, I would say would be a great spot for this retrace to go to, in order to just kind of reset our indicators here, get our RSI down a little bit. We are still showing this bearish divergence in here, right? Because we have a high here and we have a higher high up here, and our RSI is decreasing, which is, you know, like it maxed out. It's done. That's the end of that indicator. But we do have MACD curling over to the negative direction on the 4-hour chart, which does also support my idea of a correction. So going back over to the daily, what my chart layout was, no. Continue. Okay, so using the theory of Tom DeMark sequential indicator, again, we're on a daily chart, so everything's condensed down. I'm looking at a 1 to 9 green momentum here, and then it hasn't painted a number on this candle yet. I think, I don't believe it'll paint a red until it actually trades below the previous candle. So what are you doing? Do not show this again. Okay. So we could end up, like, there's a possibility if we go sideways, we probably won't end up with any red numbers. We'll end up with unlabeled numbers, right? If we go up a little bit, they also won't label, but we would call those extended numbers. So you'd have like, you know, an extended, you know, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th candle. It just doesn't really paint them. I suppose you could get the code and actually change it up so it paints those numbers and maybe add some additional indicators in there. I might do that one day. So anyway, but the theory is that you end up with a movement of, you know, 9 numbers in one direction at the most, and the closer you get to a 9 and the further you extend past a 9, the more likely it is that a correction is inbound. So we've reached our 9. The correction, it's a good time for the correction to happen. So let's just zoom into the hourly here. Now that's interesting. See, on the hourly we have, excuse me, on the hourly we have 9, we have our 9 count to the negative and we're extending already. So there's not a lot of, there's a bit of volume on the downside. There's quite a bit of volume up in here still. That's interesting. But will we get a high red volume or will we get some green volume? So if we've had on the hourly a little bit to the negative, it'll probably come up. I don't think we'll go any lower than that 382 retrace on the 4-hour chart. I really don't. I really think this is still looking pretty good. But again, it's buy the dip, right? It's the whole idea. Okay. I don't need to zoom in because I don't think you're going to make any decisions right now. It's basically just a bearish channel. We're just a bearish channel on the 15. Not playing that yet. We got a 200 MA that is bouncing off on the 15, but I don't want to trade any low time frames because I don't plan on sitting here to watch it all day. So yeah, so that's basically what I see with that. Litecoin, I need to zoom out to know what I'm looking at here. Litecoin. Now this is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna draw something here. I'm gonna draw a bearish scenario. I mean, I want to be bullish on Litecoin. Okay, so we have our downward direction, right? What am I doing? It's not what I wanted. What we have here, what I'm seeing is, on the daily, is a giant freaking bear flag. So I gotta look around my mic now. I'm gonna find a better spot. I'm gonna put the mic offside a little bit. I think it'll work pretty good. So we have this kind of pattern happening like this on Litecoin right now. So I was pretty bullish, and I'm bullish for other reasons. But this would be my bearish scenario, I guess, just based on pattern. But I think it's the only indication that I have to be bearish on Litecoin. So it probably means nothing. But we do have our entry from the bearish direction. We are flagging, and which basically says that we should go down some more. But I don't know. I think the absolute bottom that Litecoin can get is like, which is, yeah, absolute bottom. We said, oh, 16K is the absolute bottom Bitcoin can get. And we said, oh, 10K is the absolute bottom Bitcoin can get. And then we went down to under 6K. So anyway, so the absolute bottom Litecoin can get, take it with for how you want, take it with a grain of salt. I figure it's about $60, but I don't know if we'll get there or not. Like, I just have too many reasons to be bullish on it than bearish right now. But we are in this bear flag pattern. So let me get rid of that and let's zoom in a little bit. And see what our moving averages are doing. So on a 4-hour, our moving averages are rather clustered, but on a 4-hour, we're trading above our 200 MA, which is really, really good. That's it's been since May. May was the last time that we traded above, and what's that? That's May. Oh, that's the beginning of May. So by the middle of May, by May the 11th, we started trading below the 200 MA on a 4-hour chart, and this is the first time since May 11th that we're actually trading above the 200 MA. The first time that our moving averages have moved above the 200 MA. I just wanted to go back to the daily for a second. See, that's relatively bullish. Just wanted to zoom in. Okay, our moving averages are very clustered, so that means absolutely nothing to me. What's our 1-hour look like? So the hourly is, well, I guess you could find a pattern in here. That may be a pattern. That may, it didn't select, did it? maybe we're doing one of these things. Maybe we can make a bigger pattern out of that too. Okay, so these are the areas that I would be looking for at the moment to kind of see what we're going to do. Again, 1 hour chart. So still, we're in whichever way you want to look at this. You could look at this, the smaller one, as a pennant, or you can look at this larger one. If you look at this larger one, which is also a pennant shape, it's still a bear pennant. We came in from the bearish direction, formed a pennant. We've actually formed an ascending. It is ascending a little bit. It's an ascending, or sorry, it's not ascending. It's a pennant because it's our bottom is ascending, our top is descending. So we have a pennant shape of some type, and that would say bear pennant. Now there's another way you could look at this, drawing off of here and expecting if we get out of here to end up with something like this. So the only way that I'm actually going to go full balls to the wall bullish on this is if we actually clear both of these patterns and then start clearing out some moving averages on the higher time frames. It's actually not too bad though. I could align that a little bit better, but that's okay. Moving average has been above and below a little bit. I'm just, like, you know what? Like, that's our 200 MA. It could just bounce right there on the 200 MA on the 15-minute chart and then go for it. Try to test some of these resistance areas that are coming up there. Let me zoom back out, see if I can find any resistance areas, any other points of potential interest. So, right in here. All right. So, next point of resistance is going to be somewhere in this area. So, within here. So, that's based off of this, again, bear flag, right? Based off of this bear flag. We have areas of support and resistance in here. So, I'm just kind of drawing a horizontal line over, which actually you see right here. We have our support, our previous, what supported temporarily our bear flag, now became our resistance here on this attempt to go up and forced us to remain within this kind of bear pennant-y shape kind of thing. So what I'm looking for is the possibility here that we might retest this resistance area and then maybe travel a little bit further. Excuse me. I've been coughing a lot lately. And I'm not sick. I don't know. I just got out of bed. Maybe I'm still all full of phlegm or something. But what I would be looking is if we can get above that $93, $94 area, it's probably going to be pretty good for Litecoin. Obviously, Litecoin has a lot of room to move up. So I'm overall pretty bullish on Litecoin right now, to be honest. It might be one to just grab and just forget that I even have it and just hang on to it for a bit. So yeah, guys, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Syscoin, don't even talk to me about that one. I should buy some more now that we're down at the bottom again. What are we doing here zoomed in? Could be worth taking a little bit more, maybe. It's really hard to say. But it's low enough anyway that, I mean, my previous buy was quite a bit higher, so if I buy some more, I'm scaling my average price down to get a better entry. It'll go up eventually. It's got a lot of room to move up. It'll go. And so Syscoin is one I've been holding on to it for quite a while. Interesting project. They have a very long history as well. It's not like it's a brand new coin that just popped out of the woodwork. It's not one of these scam Ethereum ICOs. You know, it's a solid long-term project that has been worked on for quite a while. And I'm not really watching it fundamentally. I'm just basically looking at, all the alt markets are just so low, right? Like, the reason that I started scaling into Syscoin around the 24, again, 24 was this line here, and that's when I started scaling in. And again, scaling, like I say, I don't just take all my money and go buy everything all at once. I don't take all my trading balance and just dump it all on Syscoin, right? Like, it's stupid. So what I do is I take like $1,000 and I buy some Syscoin. And then if the price goes down a little bit more, I can take another $1,000 and buy some more Syscoin, and now my average price is somewhere between those two prices, right? So I started buying in because we were in these support areas. right? This was a support. This is all well supported with a little bit of blow through. So we started going down a little bit more. So I just started looking for other ones. I mean, this was a very, very solid support. So I would not be surprised if we took a spike really, really soon. And I don't mean spike. Like, I'm not trading this like where I have to get like from 2,000 satoshis to 8,000 satoshis, or I'm just never gonna sell. That's not what I mean. Okay, so if like it's very, very likely and very easy on these coins to get a spike where, I mean, like over the course of a few days, the price can double in terms of satoshis, right? So if it goes from 2,000 to 4,000 satoshis, I will automatically sell half of everything I own. That way there I have all my money back and everything else is pure profits, right? So that's kind of the way that I play altcoins. So I just scale in really slowly. So I'll buy a little bit more now that we're under 2,000. And then if we end up down around, 1,600 or 1,800, I'll probably double up my position again and go for it. That'll be like, that's it. And if it goes down more after that, then it goes in my long-term hodl bags. I'll throw that in my Exodus wallet or in my hardware wallet or whatever, and just forget it exists for 6 months. And in 6 months, I'll look at a chart and it'll be like, wow, it's gone up 5x in value, and then sell it, right? That's altcoin trading, right? So I'm just going to switch over here to my YouTubes, and I'm going to see if you guys have any questions or comments there as soon as I find it. Oh, XRP. I don't care about XRP. I'm not a Ripple fan. I'm anti-Ripple. But it might make you some money. I have no idea what EOI is, so I can't help you there. Yeah, I guess I only have one comment. I know my YouTube channel is really not that popular. I only get a few people that watch, and over the course of a few weeks, I might get 50 views on my video. Yeah, but that's okay. I don't mind that too much. Yeah, like I say, I get a lot more views on Facebook, but I'd like to convert that. So if a lot of my friends from Facebook would do me the pleasure, do me the honor of clicking the like button below this video and giving us a share, maybe give it a share on your wall. That way you can just kind of help me if you like this content. If you hate this content, then I mean, please feel free to hit the thumbs down button. Let me know that you don't like my content, right? But if you do, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button too as well. So if I can get my subscribers over that 1,000, maybe I can make myself maybe $1 a month or something on the advertisers. And if you give me a share on your Facebook and just kind of get some of our people here aware that I'm trying to pump this YouTube channel back up. So a few things that are in the works right now. Obviously I got a new mic so that I can sound a little bit better. With that, I wanted to maybe start working on some additional content for CoinTradeMastery.com because I have a new website in the works. Actually, I have several new websites in the works that I'm working on. One of them being a cosmetic upgrade to CoinTrade Mastery. And then I will probably incorporate some discount codes in there so affiliates can sell it at discount because the price is a lot higher now, and the price is going to be justified very soon once I start getting back on additional content, because I have lists and lists of topics that I need to cover yet. I have things where I just wasn't happy in previous videos. I'm probably gonna like redo half of the previous videos, bring them up to quality with the audio. There's a couple of bad ones in there that I did with like a headset and that, so they got to get changed. So guys, like I'm starting to work on some stuff here, starting to get some stuff working. It's summertime. I want to enjoy summertime too, right? But at the end of summer, I think, as soon as the weather starts getting cold outside, I'll start going hard again, just like last winter, guys. Last winter, I was here in this seat literally every day, and that'll probably happen again this winter, because I mean, like, who wants to go outside and shovel snow? It sucks, right? Just let it melt. It's gonna melt in 6 months. Who needs to shovel it? Yeah. So anyway, until then, guys, so it'll be probably over the course of the next couple of months. You'll start seeing some new content coming out. If you're a CoinTrade Mastery member, you'll get access to all the new material that comes out. You'll see a new design. I have a complete other company I'm trying to put together right now. It's more so in the idea phase. I started doing a little bit of cosmetic design, but I actually need to start working on the back end and start actually testing if my theory is going to work. And I don't want to share exactly what it is, because there is somebody else, like there's 2 or 3 other people out there that are doing what I'm doing or what I plan to do, kind of, except I have some really, really neat ideas in order to make it the better mousetrap, the better service, the best service. And if I can get a couple of people on board to help market that, then it could be huge. So there's that. What else? I'm still doing quite a bit of programming at the moment. I'm just I shut down my website for selling copies of some software that I was selling, because I'm getting flooded with work right now. Like it's crazy, and I'm just running out of time to do the things that I want to do. So I just decided that's it. I'll still, if you guys know people that need my help, send them my way, but just kind of trying to cut down on how many random people come from the public looking for custom services in the way of programming, because I just don't have time to do it. But anyway, guys, that's it. Obviously, this video got a little bit long. I might actually have to download it and split it into multiple sections or something, and then I'll do the unboxing video as a separate video, maybe after I edit. Until then, guys, I plan on being here. I plan on starting to get some more live videos going. So stay tuned. Smash that like button, or the other one if you don't like my content. And then smash that subscribe button. And trade safe out there, guys. Trade safe. Stay smart. Scale into your orders. Don't ever go all in. And we'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Ciao for now, guys. Have a good one.